Good afternoon, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. And today was all about the chickens. I discovered a disease that I cannot pronounce. I looked it up on the online. Let me see if I can pronounce it. I'll look it up in a minute here for you. It's cold today. Well, not cold. It's 55 degrees out. And 96% humidity out, 74% in. I might have to fire up the wood stove to take down that humidity. And I'm looking for some dry wood because it's been raining for, I think, 4 days now. The whole weekend was raining and full of thunderstorms. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and now Monday. Yeah, about 4 days we'd had rain straight through. And rain brings on this condition in chickens, which I will explain here in a minute. And this is bloody poop. This is photos on the internet. This is what I found by my baby chickens. And it is, let me see, Cocci is the short term. Cocci. The actual name of the disease I will bring up here. I had to look it up online, and sure enough, this is a common disease, something I've never seen, though. Coccidiosis? I'm really not sure if I'm saying that right. Coccidiosis is aka Cocci or Cocci, and it's a common intestinal disease brought on by parasites in your chickens. Never heard about it before, but I discovered that one of my babies, what I called my butterflies, was dead, and another one dying. And I immediately discovered red poop, similar to the photo I showed you here, in my chicken pen. And what happens is, the chickens will die within 4 days of infection. If you don't see it right away, I never noticed it until today, this here on the ground. And I just noticed it today and immediately looked it up online, and there is a common disease that I never heard about. So hopefully this might help somebody in the future. The treatment is a medicine that I had to spend the whole entire day searching for. So let me show you what I've got. The treatment is Corid brand, and it is amprolium, and it is a powder. So, Corid brand amprolium. Now, I had to find this in the horse section. Tractor Supply didn't have it for chickens. It's the exact same thing, and I want to thank my friend Reese for telling me to look in the horse section, because I drove around all morning looking for emergency treatment for my chickens to save my babies, and Tractor Supply didn't have it, Agway didn't have it, and I was about to go to the vet when Reese told me to go back to Tractor Supply and look in the horse medicine section. And there it is. So I am treating my chickens. What you do is put 1.5 to 2 teaspoons per gallon of water, depending on how severe the infection. And mine is very severe. And then you clean their... I disinfected and sterilized the water containers for all of my birds. And I disinfected and sterilized the box, the plastic box that I keep my babies in. And they were outdoors in a bird cage, the little tiny baby chickens, for about 2 weeks now. And they've been doing fine. But suddenly they got this disease because the bacteria that cause this disease spreads through rain and wet conditions, which honestly I've never heard of. And I've had a lot of wet conditions out here. But it just happens to be that it can be carried by other birds through their feces when they fly over, and their droppings fall down, and it gets into water puddles that your birds happen to drink, which chickens do, and then it can spread through their feces to the other birds. And all of my birds are infected, and I am treating them. Now the babies have it the worst, the tiny ones, because they're weaker. The little silkies are showing symptoms as well, so I treated them immediately, and I treated the adult birds as well. I'll take you up and show you the little baby bantams, how they're doing. Sorry, it's a cloudy container. That's just the nature of the container. I got the Bantams in here, and Reese again gave me the idea of putting some sugar in the water along with the medicine to give them some energy. What this bacterial disease does is it dissolves the intestinal lining and harms the intestinal lining so that the animals can no longer absorb nutrients into the blood, and they bleed out through their intestines. Now, if I'm looking here, I've got all the birds. All the birds are looking healthier now, except for one that's looking pretty sorry, and the one leaning down here in the middle. I put it up to the water and it did drink some, so hopefully it'll take effect and heal up my little baby birds. These are the ones that I call my butterflies, my little tiny bantams. They're not so tiny anymore. And so far they're all alive, except for the two I lost. And I have the heat on. It's colder today, and I have the heat on, so it's about 80 degrees up here for them, so that they'll be, it'll help their metabolism and their health. So they're going to stay in here again for a few days until they recover. Figure within 24 hours, they say, the birds should start showing signs of recovery, and hopefully they'll be alright. I really care about my animals. So today was all about the birds. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I've just finished caring for all the animals. I didn't even have my breakfast until 12. I took care of the birds first. And then when I discovered that the bigger birds had it, I took care of them as well. So I'm gonna hopefully take care of my little butterflies. Little peepers. They're sleeping up here where it's warm and cozy. So the sugar water is hopefully going to give them some nutrients. And then there's the medicine in here as well. And I sterilized the container. Although they hadn't been using this container, I sterilized it anyway. And then dried it off thoroughly. And put fresh bedding in it for them. And I'm hoping and praying they'll live. It's dark in the tiny house. The camera, of course, amplifies the light as I say so. To my eye, it looks darker in the kitchen. Anyway, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I have been caring for the chickens all day and just sanitizing their areas and keeping an eye on them, making sure they're alright. I'll take you up and show you little babies. Got it 70 degrees downstairs with the propane standby heater. I didn't find any dry wood because it's been raining for 4 days and I didn't have any put away for that. I have it all. I'm chopping, stacking, sorting, preparing for next year, and didn't have anything prepared for this year because I didn't think I needed any more now. But anyway, I got the standby propane heater, which is doing its job. It's a very good thing to have. Very, very good thing to have on hand. Pretty bad for solar today. I am running out of energy, and probably tonight I'll be on battery backup. 12.4 volts, 15 watts of power coming in. I will most likely have to have portable battery use today, because I just look at battery temperature 55 degrees, only 1 amp coming in. So I'm going to be on emergency backup power tonight, because this is the 4th day without sun. And well, most solar setups are designed to last 3 days max without sun, and then you got to go into backups. So I have battery backups for that purpose. Little chirpers are doing well. I am so happy. I don't even remember which one it was now. I think it was, yeah, this one. This one was near death and cold to the touch, and it's now warm. It's warm, and its wings were flopped out on the ground. It couldn't even hold up its own wing. And it is warm to the touch and recovering strength and sucking up that sugary medicated water. And the rest of them are all eating happily. They're going to pull through. I'm pretty sure they're all going to pull through now. I'm so happy. Honestly, this morning, this one here, I had my doubts. This one here, who's now resisting my touch, earlier was too weak to even move. I actually picked it up and stuck its nose in the water unfortunately it did drink. And a few times every hour I would come up here and when I would dunk its nose in the water and it would drink. It did drink. And I think the sugar in the water gave it the energy it needed for its body. And then of course the medicine is doing its work. And it's some fast acting medicine. And the others are looking pretty good. I figured by tomorrow they'll be looking really healthy. So thanks again, Reese, for the advice, especially on the sugar water. And about using the horse medicine instead of chicken, because I couldn't find it for chickens. And this will probably help a lot of people who see this video as well, because they said at Tractor Supply that other people were calling in. I guess it's an epidemic right now, and it's going around. I wouldn't call it an epidemic, okay, but I mean, I guess it's going around. And that was his words, because he said people are calling in. So, look at that. Some happy little chicks. Looking good. This one's still a little bit slow, but he's looking better. Look at that. He's running around. Come here, little bird. How you doing, huh? Huh? You're pretty light, though. Boy, you lost some weight, didn't you? Yeah. Well, I think they're going to make it. They're going to be alright. Now I got to go wash my hands after handling them. Make sure I'm safe for touching other animals and my own property. And then get outside to work.